Now, normally in our society, when we talk about an act deliberately causing death, it's like I pick up a gun and I intentionally point it at you and pull the trigger. We call that murder. Are we going to move the intentional killing of somebody, because they request it, away from the criminal law? Once you cross that fundamental line, once you break that fundamental taboo that we don't support the killing of people within our society, that's when you enter into very dangerous waters. I certainly understand that there are some cases, let's call them hard cases, where you have a person who wants euthanasia and they might tick a lot of the boxes that are generally made in argument. And they might say, well, that's a right that I should have. But there are rights everywhere. And society has rights too. And the weak and the vulnerable and the voiceless have rights too, even if they can't articulate them. Those who teach law, those who practice law, those who make laws are obliged to understand the legal relationships when they filter down through the rest of society. If we change any significant law, then many other relationships, it's like the ripple on a pond. You have to see where the law is, where the changes are going. Now, the argument against euthanasia in this context is to say, well, if you change the fundamental relationship that killing can now be okay, the deliberate ending of a life, the deliberate termination, killing a person can be okay, then there's going to be a huge ripple effect. And I think that's the best argument against euthanasia.